What's up, y'all? V-Slingo here with another build today. And first things first, I want to say Happy New Year, y'all. This should be the first upload of 2024. Once again, will we be more consistent on the channel? I don't know. We'll see. That's not what y'all here for. Y'all here for this build. And for this, positionally, I will say it doesn't really matter. Small forward, power forward, center. Maybe even shooting guard if you want to. I don't know what that looks like completely, but if you want to. Mine personally is a power forward. And this is going to be more of a, I guess, I don't want to say comp build. I don't even play stage or anything anymore. So I don't even know what the 2K24 comp builds are completely, to be honest with y'all. But it's more in the comp mindset to a certain point. It's more of a traditional 2K type of big / wing type of, Now, of course, with that being said, I'm going to show off the most important thing, which you're maxing out the three-pointer, mid-range up to 64. Y'all do whatever with the free throw. You will be upgrading the finishing, but I'll get into the details about the finishing and just last, because that's kind of, as I always tell y'all, when you look at my build, use that as a guide, bro. You don't have to. You can, because a lot of, it's been proven to work. So you can copy paste exactly what I do, but, normally use that as a reference, and then make shake whatever you got to make shake. Pause. See, any 4 interior, then you're going to get an 89 perimeter, which is going to get you the gold ankle braces, gold challenger. You still get silver clamps and everything. You're putting that steel up to 91, which is getting you all the gold steel badges, which I will say has been pretty effective for me. The block up to an 87, which is just going to get you that silver anchor. And then offensive rebound, defensive rebound. Offensive, I put max 92 to get the gold rebound chaser. And then defense, I put at 88. Now, normally, I would suggest for y'all to put the defensive rebound higher. I know a lot of 2K, I know a lot of content creators kind of advise and, putting the offensive rebound higher. But that be half y'all problems, realistically. Some people can do that. Certain people, if you're not good at 2K, or, I don't even want to say it like that. If you're not experienced in making builds, bro, do the safe thing. Do not do the comp player thing. Good offensive rebounds is good. You don't need offensive rebounds in 2K. You want them a lot, and they're more, you're going to get probably more than you do in real life. But the defensive rebounds is what's important. And if you cannot get a defensive rebound, then switch this up. But I can get a defensive rebound, so that don't apply to me. Then you're maxing out the speed to 78. The strength, you're getting up to 87. Then I did 80 vert and 98 stamina. Did not max out 99. Now, for what I did for the finishing, this is where it differentiates from kind of a classic comp build. Because probably if you were making a pure comp kind of big wing, you probably do something like this. Probably, I don't know exactly what it would look like. But, get a little bit of driving dunk, get some standing dunk, type shit. But that's not what I did. Now, mine, I would say, is going to be a little different. Pop this vert back up. It kind of went down. Where one thing I did, I went really high on the close shot. Because as y'all saw in the last build video, I don't know if it's the most recent build on my channel. It might not even be the most recent build video. But the big lockdown build, which featured my rebound and wing build, as well as a couple variations of it. He did not have a high close shot. Now, in general, I don't feel like it's too bad. Initially, I didn't upgrade his close shot at all. So, it starts off at 25. So, it's terrible. 25 close shot is a sad thing. But once it got to 50, it's not too bad. But either way, you still feel kind of cautious with it. With this, I can put up anything I want, basically. Be on some bullshit. I'm not advising y'all to be on bullshit. But I'm just saying it allows some room to work. You feel me? And this driving layup's going down to 53. And then driving dunk is getting to 73 just so you can get the bronze posterizer. So, you make the couple dunks that are contested. Then I gave myself some post control, which, helped me create. At the end of the day, it's nothing wrong with being a role player in 2K, right? Being a pure role player, it's nothing wrong with that. Get in the corner, play some defense, that's cool. But especially if I'm not playing, once again, I don't play stage or anything anymore. I just be chilling on 2K. I have to play more casually than I used to. So having a way to create your own shot, whether you're playing worse players or you're playing decent players, your teammates just having an off game, instead of you being basically unable to do anything because you can't dribble and you can't do anything in the post. So all you can do on offense is sit in the corner. This allows you a little more room to work. Now, this is how you get the, well, I can say quote unquote, but the Catfish lockdown with the two-way inside-out score name. Now, in general, two-way inside-out scores typically, I mean, I don't know what they are in 24, but 23 and traditionally, even 22, I can't really say before that. You ain't really had two-way inside-out scores. You're going to have, typically, they are guards who, you know, high drive and dunk, high three-pointer, solid defensively. With you being basically a lockdown with that, people might kind of be deceptive guarding you, basically. They don't know what your build really is. I mean, they can see your badge breakdown, which can help people, but I don't know how deep people get into looking at the badge breakdown. But two-way inside-out score name, so basically they might see you as more of a threat than you are, ideally. This is a reverse catfish. And with this being having a better name, basically people kind of guard you heavier. They're less lenient to help. They're more lenient to help. They don't help as much, basically. So it gives a lot more room, especially on the twos, for your teammates to work ISO their man, do whatever, because I don't personally set screens. I sit my ass in the corner or something. I don't even make non-shooting builds anymore. If you make a non-shooting build, set a screen. That's not what we're here for. But yeah, I feel like, especially my three-point percentage isn't too wild. It's like 50, I want to say, around in the 50s, low 50s, high 40s. But especially on this build, and I'm going to make the first one, chances are, after that, they're guarding you heavy, and they typically don't guard you like you're just a lock, basically. They treat you like you're a legitimate threat, which, once again, allows your teammates to. And adding on to that kind of post-production, defensively is kind of the opposite effect, because even though it does still say, you know, two-way inside-out score, typically, as I was mentioning before, the guard ones, they have defense, but they're not like elite defensively. They have some perimeter. They might probably have some steal, but nothing too wild. So people will be, I don't want to say more likely to attack you, but they're not going to think of you as a lock. So they're probably going to be a little more like, I don't know exactly how to explain it, but more casual offensively and more likely to attack you than they would being in the mindset that you are a lock. Now, changes I would make. Change one. This build has no right to be max weight. I don't know what I was doing at all. You don't need to be max weight. So you can probably bump that down to about whatever, 220, 230. You know, whatever you need to do to get the speed up. I'll do 230 for an example. With that being said, I mean, I do lose some offensive rebound with that, which I think that is part of the reason why I bumped it up. But, you know, give and take. And with you taking off some of that weight, I feel like, of course, you're probably maxing out your speed. Excel can stay the same. You're not really going to be dribbling anything. Strength, you get up as high as you want. Vert also was an 80 initially. You don't need an 80. I just did that to help with the rebound on the block. And then finishing is probably the main thing. You do not need that high-ass close shot. If y'all want to work in a post, you want to post occasionally. Like, this is not a post-scoring build. If that was the case, you would be 7-2, 7-3, 7-1 maybe even. But, you know, realistically, you probably would do something closer to this, maybe. I mean, I don't know exactly. You know, I don't sit there and watch build videos anymore. You know, I've always kind of made builds myself. In the past, I kind of, you know, would use them a little more reference. So I know, like, people tend to put, like, standing dunk pretty high this year compared to drive and dunk. And then even they put a block, which I get it, but it's kind of weird. But, yeah, this is probably closer to what you should do, I would say. Where you are getting the same kind of elements, but you're not really feeding too much into that post-score thing. I mean, maybe you can even go for gold clamps if you want to. I mean, there's a lot of options, versatility with builds like this. You can do a lot of different things. What can we bump down? What can we bump down? Because even something like this, necessarily, we're going to bump this down to around 82, we'll say. I would say still fits the same mold, but isn't, you know, the same, like, type shit. Like, it's less than my original spin on it and more of what you would get in concept. Plus, even with this version, with that two-way three-point threat name, you're still getting all the catfish elements I was talking about, basically. So, yeah, that's the build. If y'all enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, you know, all that type of stuff. And I see y'all probably soon. Probably another build. I got a couple videos on the way.